Hey, hi everyone. My name is Jerry Wise, talking today about narcissistic parents and how they impacted your career choices and how we may be able to turn that around. At the end of the video, I'll talk to you about some ways you can do that. First of all, they have been pushing you for a prestigious career. In other words, they love you and they have a plan for your life, which back in the day of people would talk about God loves you and he has a plan for your life. Narcissists think they love you and have a plan for your life, and they will push you into prestigious careers. You need to be doing this, doctor, lawyer, engineer, whatever. It's got to be something that makes me as a parent look good. Whether you are happy with that or not, it really doesn't matter. Am I happy with it is how the narcissist feels. Undermining your interests and passions. In other words, you may have some interests or hobbies or passions that you have that you'd like to pursue, and they will denigrate them, make fun of them, deride you for that, to try to extinct that behavior and those feelings so that you'll move away from those things when really they might bring you a great deal of joy in your life and could even be a career. But that's not how they see things. They instilled fear in failure. Well, if you do that, you may end up failing. And there's probably a good chance you will. Or telling someone in high school, I know you want to go to college for pre-med, but there's just not as many people who get accepted into med school. So if you start heading that direction, you'll probably fail. I think you should do this over here and become a business person and be a business manager. And again, they will instill fear in the future for you so many times. Using your career to bolster their image, which I've already talked about. I need you to be somebody who makes me look good. That's what's important. Now, I'm not saying they would say that, but maybe they might even hint at it by saying, well, then you could bring pride to the family. I wasn't born to bring pride to the family. I was born to be a human being and a person and a self. I wasn't born to make up for the failings of anything going on in the family. Limiting your sense of autonomy. Again, that you really need to be careful about kind of venturing out on your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own wants, your own desires, because that can be a pretty dangerous road. And so we don't want you to have autonomy or independence. The narcissist doesn't. Influencing your self-esteem and confidence. Well, I know you think you might be able to do that, but I'm just not sure that you're that kind of a strong person to be able to do that. Or let's say you start studying something or following something on a career, and you come up against a little struggle. Maybe you want to be HVAC. Maybe you want to be some trade or technology, which we desperately need folks to do that. And I respect those folks and what they know and what they've learned. I couldn't do that, and I respect people who can. But then if you come up against some resistance, say in your training or something, then they will just want to say, well, are you sure this is for you? And again, it depletes the confidence, and they're not supportive, especially if it's not the path they think you should be following. Setting unrealistic expectations. We want you to be the most important neurologist in the country of Estonia, or we want you to be the head of this because your father was a surgeon, so we want you to be a better surgeon than he was. Maybe you don't want to be a surgeon, and maybe you don't want to be the best surgeon in the entire country. That may not be your goal or your wish, but they may set unrealistic expectations. They can discourage you and discourage your independence and risk-taking. And again, we all need to take risks sometimes to find out who we are, but they will discourage that. Don't worry about finding out who you are. The narcissistic parent sends the message, I already know who you should be. Just do that. Well, that's not self-discovery. That's parent discovery. I want self-discovery, manipulating your career path for their benefit. And again, I have had different people who grew up in narcissistic families, who are adult children of narcissists, who would tell me, my father or mother was clear early on. I had you and you're going to go to college so that you will take care of me when I get old. That will be my automatic Social Security, will be you. And that's why I'm contributing to your college. Not because it would be something that you'd like or what your plans are, but that you owe me and this should be for my benefit. So don't be choosing a career where you can't take care of yourself and us too. So let's make sure you have a career. And then many times the child doesn't hear about that until far later into their career. But I've also had parents who have said that even when they were young. This is why I'm helping you. So you will be responsible and take care of us. Am I against children being supportive and caring for parents or elderly parents? Well, of course not. Owing, manipulating, controlling, that's a different thing. And I think the caring and those types of things need to be a two-way street of love, respect, honoring, and caring. I mean, that's what I think that should be when parents get older. If someone was physically and horribly abusive to you all of your life, now they have a heart attack, is it your responsibility to take care of them? I'm not so sure. Well, let social services do that. That there are other people that might be able to have more patience with them than I do. Maybe the state should help you out with that versus me being guilted into surviving more of your abuse, because then you'll become verbally abusive, if not physically. And then lastly, I think of one never really being supportive, but always playing the devil's advocate and telling you all the things that could possibly go wrong with this or that or that. Do you know if a toddler could think more like an adult, and we explain to the toddler how dangerous walking can be, walking and falling and stubbing your toe and breaking your leg, and toddlers would never walk if we tell them all the possible downsides of walking. And that's what we focus on. Well, there are some upsides to walking. I hope all of you have recognized those. Now, first of all, imagine your narcissistic parent or toxic family have all disappeared. How would this affect your career choices now? What would you change? If they just disappeared, that's probably more the true self rather than the family self, the family super self. That would be more of the true self of you. Or imagine you had totally supportive family that never made you feel guilty, would be supportive and rally around your exploration, choices, risk-taking. What changes would you make? And how would that look different or differently from what you're doing now? Second of all, find a supportive coach. Thirdly, don't give up on you. You were trained to give up and give in. It's time for us to not give up on us. The program below, Road to Self, that I'm offering and that is available to you will help you in these ways to find a true self and live in a detached, healthy environment for yourself. And I really hope you will take advantage of that. Please comment on this video, like it, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day and be wise.